What's up? I just want to discuss uh, the notion that black women are lazy and make up the majority of welfare, and that's why this country is doing so bad financially, because this country is supposedly supporting lazy people that don't want to work, that just have children just so they can get financial benefits off of welfare and live for free. And all of these hardworking Americans are just pouring money into the black community, whereas black women are not doing anything to help contribute to America. That's one of the biggest lies being told, but it's being re rehashed or reinforced by the negative images.
Yes, precious. A few months ago, 25-year-old Takara Groves became a new mom, but she never dreamed she would have to resort to welfare to take care of little Trinity.
I don't think any one girl was going to say, I want to be on public assistance.
Show something about welfare, they show black women. If they discuss welfare, they're showing black women, or they're talking about black women, or for some reason African American statistics are always brought up. But when you look at the sheer numbers, 61% of welfare recipients are white and 33% are black. So looking at the numbers, if you want to be realistic, then 61% of the time you mention welfare, you need to be showing white people or white women. And 33% of the time you mention welfare, you need to be showing black people or black women. And a lot of people don't know this, but Social Security is one of the biggest tax-funded welfare programs. And on Social Security, 88.7% of the people that receive Social Security are white, and 9.6% of the people are black. And the reason it's such a big gap between the two numbers is because like I said, it's tax funded. So as you work, you put money up into Social Security, and then you receive those benefits when you reach a certain age. But most people know, that black people as a whole have a lower life expectancy rate than white people, about 6 years shorter. So what happens is we work our whole life putting money up into Social Security. We reach a certain age and we die, and we never get to collect on that Social Security. And the money that we put into the system as black people gets collected by white people. That's straight up facts. That's how it goes. So that's why we got what, 12% or 13% of the country, but 9.6% of the recipients is black. So it should be proportionate with the numbers. And also, most people consider welfare, when they talk about welfare, they're talking about food stamps and Medicaid. That's what they look at as far as like cash assistance, food stamps and Medicaid. And they usually show black women as recipients of food stamps and Medicaid. When it comes to receiving Medicaid and food stamps, black women receive about 37% of the benefits given out for Medicaid and food stamps. White women make up 46%. Now, that's totally the opposite of what we have in our head as welfare and Medicaid recipients, or cash assistance people. We always have on TV a black woman receiving welfare. When people talk about black women, they usually talk about welfare queens, or they talk about black people getting over, they need to stop having kids and take care, go out and get a job. Different stuff like this always being referred to for black people and black women when it comes to welfare. But that's a lie. It's not true at all. So what is the benefit of this lie? What is the benefit of them putting out the idea that black women make up the a high percentage of welfare recipients, and so supposedly or causing the economy collapse? We spending too much money on lazy people, giving out too much money. That's what people are starting to say. We got a bad economy because we're spending all this money on lazy black people. I guess that's how they're starting to try to portray us in the media. But on Scarface, when he was in the restaurant, that movie Scarface, when he was in a restaurant and he was like, y'all you know what I'm saying, take advantage of this moment where you got this bad guy. Y'all need a bad guy like me, cause you can point your finger and you can say, that's the bad guy. That's what black people are.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what I make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide.
For America, we're the bad guy. Anytime you have a problem, you can blame it on black people. You talk about crime, we the bad guy, black people. You talk about poverty, black people. We are just the scapegoat for everything.
Work. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, black children have benefited the most. The poverty rate for female-headed families with children has fallen 15%. As you may know, 70% of African-American babies are now born out of wedlock. So by all rational standards, welfare reform has been a stunning success. But we hear little about that from the politicians who voted against reform, people like Senators Kennedy, Feinstein, Boxer, Dodd, Leahy, and Murray. Likewise, Congresswoman
Black people are the scapegoat, so if the numbers aren't true, then why do they keep putting this shit on TV? They put it on TV all the time. Like I seen O'Reilly talking about welfare reform, and for some reason during that he's gonna mention that 70% of black children are born out of wedlock. The fuck that got to do with welfare reform? We are not the ones, the majority of welfare recipients. So you shouldn't even be putting us in this shit. You should be just discussing welfare in general, and that's mostly white people are receiving welfare. The majority of welfare is white people. So if you get rid of black people, you just getting rid of 33% of the money being spent on welfare. You take all black people off of welfare, you got rid of 33% of the problem. White people still make up the majority of the problem. And if you're really trying to attack the problem, then you attack the bulk of the problem. You attack the person that's being having that money contributed to them more. It doesn't make no sense to attack the minority person that's that's getting welfare assistance. That don't make no sense. If you really think welfare is a problem, then you need to tell white people to get off of the shit. After you get them off the shit, then you get black people off the shit. We ain't the main problem on this. So, like I said, the media is constantly portraying us as welfare recipients, people that getting all this so-called help, and we can't seem to get our act together. All that shit is bullshit, and they say it so much that even black people are starting to regurgitate the shit that they don't hear white people say. I hear it a lot from black people, mostly from black women, but black men need to stop coming up with excuses. Nobody's holding you back. The man isn't holding you back. You're the problem. You get out there, get a job. You work hard enough, you can get out. That shit ain't true. And it makes me mad when I hear anybody say it, but especially when I hear black people say it, because it's just historically not true. And it's not true in the numbers. If you look it up, study what the fuck you saying, then you'll understand that you don't know what you're talking about. But that's about all I gotta say, man. Comment, please. I'm trying to make the title Lazy Black Women in Welfare just because I know it's going to get a lot of racist motherfuckers to look at this video, and that's what I want to try to reach. And the people that look at the video trying to see if I'm serious, like black women might look at it and be like, I can't believe he making a video like this. But I'm on your side, black people. Welfare is needed. We put money into this shit. We built this fucking country. So, hey, give us something around this motherfucker. Everybody else got reparations but us. So, alright. And on a side note, when welfare was first started, it was actually started to for single women with kids can stay at home and raise their kids. Cash assistance was started for that, for white women. When black people started getting on it, then all of a sudden motherfuckers need to go out and get a job, stop being lazy and having kids. That shit wasn't like that in the beginning when it was just white people on that shit. But alright, power to the people. Titus Ashley. Sure.
Thank you, Your Honor. ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I am the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snub 7. I am here to continue the defense of those of whom are the descendants of slaves born in America. I am defending my client against the false accusations, in fact, slanderous and libelous accusations by the racist, not all, but some of the racist Caucasian people of America, charging my client, again, who are the descendants of slaves born in America, of being lazy, being trifling, and taking advantage of the American welfare system. I would like to present this argument to this most non-biased jury. The welfare system, and I want you to correct me if I am in error, but the welfare system that we know of it, origins, or it comes from, out of the New Deal program started or created by Franklin Delano Roosevelt during what we call the Great Depression. And the welfare system, many different forms of welfare, this came about, and it was a benefit to white people that were suffering. During this period of time, although I am very sure some black people benefit from the welfare system, many black people was already used to great suffering. They were used to not having anything. Many of them were sharecroppers. So even though they might not have a lot of shoes or couldn't put gas in the car, black people were eating. They were on these like plantations, so they were able to eat. But many white people who lived in these cities and different places, they were suffering because of the economic hardship of America at that time. So to bring relief to the white people of this nation, Franklin Delano Roosevelt and the Congress, the leaders of this nation, created what was called the New Deal, a gang of different welfare programs